and mental health courts began in Indianapolis almost 30 years ago. But now a team including Hamilton County's Judge Stillman want one right here in the scenic city. Is there an answer to breaking the cycle of crime in Chattanooga? Dozens of organisations across Hamilton County say a mental health court could be a solution.
Almost 40 agencies that are coming together on a regular Friday afternoon basis for a 3-hour meeting to make sure that this works.
Mental health courts divert those with mental issues away from prolonged jail time to community treatment centres in an effort to give them the real help they need to stop committing crimes in the future.
And what usually ends up happening, those who need mental health consumer help end up on the street and eventually end up in the jail.
Judge Gary Starn says a mental health court, similar to the one in Nashville, will curb overcrowding and save money.
Millions of dollars over a period of 2 or 3 years, if not millions every year. It's a matter of money, and these folks deserve mental health treatment.
Experts say there are now 3 times more mental health patients in our jails and prisons than there are in hospitals. Support for the mental health court is growing, and after reviewing more than 500 Hamilton County cases, the grand jury feel offenders need a different kind of help.
In those cases, we want to make sure that they would go very quickly and get a court date so that they're not sitting over there, because it's proven that the longer they sit incarcerated, the more likely they are to be debilitating in there, and sometimes in an irreparable way that they can't recover from.
A mental health customer will spend 8 times longer behind bars in Tennessee than a regular criminal. Now, there are now more than 150 mental health courts across the US. Tomorrow in Part 2 we examine exactly how a mental health court would work right here in Chattanooga and ask mental health professionals, are we at breaking point? Mental health courts can only happen when the legal and medical worlds agree to work hand in hand. With more than 40 agencies and 3 main mental support groups standing behind Hamilton County's judges, the Public Defender's Office say a mental health court could soon be a reality.
We're all starting with what we have. We're going to see where the gaps are and go from there to get grant money or whatever we need to fill in spaces as we go. But they have committed to helping the implementation of this mental health court.
Bales added that the court's focus would be to isolate those who need help early and act swiftly to make sure treatment is handed out, not just jail time.
Once they're in the booking process over at the jail, for instance, in ways that if someone's identified later down the road, that information could be shared without violating anyone's privacy.
Mental health courts provide a special problem-solving court docket that caters to the needs of each defendant. Chattanooga therapist and counsellor Ed DeRoe says he believes the court can help prevent criminals from re-offending in the future.
That seeking it is the right thing to do, that looking for support groups, that trying to get on TennCare, a lot of them can't afford it.
DeRoe's views are echoed by Anna Patano-Biggs, who has worked as a lawyer in the UK and US for the past 7 years.
Why wouldn't we put them out into the community with that additional support that they need to succeed so that they can stabilise, get back onto the mental health treatment?
Some criticism has come from law publications that say mental health courts can be abused by non-criminals who choose to commit crime in an effort to get free or supported treatment. In Chattanooga, Tennessee, James Mahon, WDEF News 12.